This is Stacia, and we are going to play a training game on chess.com. We'll do 1510. I want to do a longer game, but I don't really have that much time. I rarely do, actually. So we'll take what we can get. My students said my board and background was too boring, so I changed it to this. It's also kind of boring, but I don't know. I kind of like it for some reason. So we'll go with this. Doesn't anybody want 1510? Isn't there like a lobby? I thought there was, but okay. Here we go, Melvin the Pawn. Yeah, I'm still low for now. I'll be happy when I'm back to like 1750. I think I just have to play a lot of these and then that should happen. And if I analyze them, all the better. All right, so we have an Italian game. I'm just going knight to f6. Okay, this game could be fun. I'm gonna go d5. I know I could play bishop c5, the Traxler, but I've been playing a lot of this knight d4. Now, do I want to do that or do I want to go knight a5? Knight a5 I don't know as well anymore, but it's my more serious move. I'll say that. In a slow tournament, I would probably go with this, but let's go here. I just like this move. It's fun. It's fairly sound. I'm not totally sure that's true. It's not all that sound, but I think it's playable. It's just that there is one line I can think of in particular that black's objectively fine, but it's really no fun at all. And I probably wouldn't know how to play it either. But let's see what Melvin the Pawn has for us. I guess he wasn't expecting this. I remember when I first started playing knight g5 with white, which I've since stopped doing, this move would pop up and I'd be like, what is that? Or it can be played with b5 first. And I'm going to go b5 now, though. So this is sort of the idea of this, is that we can play b5 and it's protected by the knight. And that knight is kind of a beast in the center, so if he gets to live there, there's all kinds of things that can happen. So generally they'll take me now. I take them, they take my pawn, and then I'll play queen d5, because if they take my knight, I take their knight. And then if they were to just discover attack me or something, I have queen takes g2. And if they take on g7, I just take. So all right, so let's see what they do. The book move is actually bishop f1, I believe. All right, so they go here. I do see bishop f1 sometimes because, you know, people know their theory these days. Okay, so we're down a pawn for a moment. This would actually be a trade. And my queen comes to a really good square. It attacks g2. And it gets me ready to set up this nice little battery. So notice that b5 was like a very speedy fianchetto. Yeah, so I'm going to take here. I think you also can take with the knight, but I prefer this one. Yeah, if here and this, I think yeah, what is the deal with that? I'm not sure. Well, I guess the point would be yeah, actually, I think there might be stuff with like queen e2 and stuff. Okay, so let's take the knight. I kind of forget what's wrong with this. But we do have to be mindful, you know, of queen e2 check. But they have to be mindful of this. So a lot of times they'll play the check or they'll castle. And I don't remember which one's right. So I'm already out of theory. That's not so good, right? I stopped studying openings for a good like year, maybe more. And that was by design because I was memorizing a lot of opening lines in Chessable and whatnot. And what I learned is I would get positions that I had intended on getting and have no idea how to play them. And I decided that my tactics were my biggest weakness. So I decided to give up studying openings for a bit and just improve my tactics. So I did that for a good long time. Just basic tactics too. I'm not talking about tough ones. Like just be able to do lots and lots of tactics, get that foundation a bit stronger before I build further on it. I think it was a good decision. I don't know what my coaches think about that. It was kind of, I mean, they told me to do more tactics, but okay, so I guess that's sort of an intermezzo for whatever they're going to do next, but I like bishop g7. And then if they do check, I can always play, I can play bishop e6. It's not the move I want to play. Bishop e6 castle. I could take with the queen. But this develops a piece. So my intuition says take with the bishop. All right, so I will. Now if queen e2 check, this is the first move that comes to mind, but that's not where I want this bishop. I want it on b7. But it does block the check and protects the pawn. But then they castle. I probably just castle, and that's not the normal way this game goes. So if check, could I do something insane like king d8? I know it looks crazy, probably because it is crazy. Could I go king f8? I don't see them hurting me on that diagonal for a while. They also have queen a4 check they could do. But that really feels wrong. Yeah, if they do that, then I'm going to get to take on g2, it looks like, so. Okay, they castle. So now I could play here, and that threatens mate, but they could still check me first. I also have the bishop could come here, like if they play f3, I could play check. Not sure what that really does, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to go here. So if they do check me with a rook, which they could do now, what is my plan? Do I have one? No, I don't. So maybe I should castle. Maybe that is the way to go. I actually like the idea of castles, king h8 and rook g8. Looks like an appealing plan. So since that check looks so disruptive, I'm going to go with this. I should still have some initiative here. I know this plan's a little bit slow, but this plan's fast. So I think all of my pieces are going to be in the game very shortly, but their pieces are not looking so active, right? So, and I can always choose, like if they try d4, I can always choose to take the center down with this pawn. This is a very cramping pawn. National Master Ralph Tan from St. Louis Chess Club taught me that pawns on like f4, c4 can be very cramping. So they go d3, so they really don't like my pawn, and they also really don't like my queen. So what are we gonna do? I think I just like queen g6 here. I like it because I'm still threatening to go here. And this would waste time. And I don't know that they should do that. It seems risky, right? With all those pieces there. I'm going to be fully activated, and then I can look for threats. And this is the first one I like. That's a threat. But this is the other one I want to do. And what else can I do? Wow, they are going for this. Okay, it seems awfully slow. So what are they planning? They're just going to go f3? I don't know. I'm going to play this. It comes with tempo. It's where I want to be. And I don't think f3 is like such a useful move. I guess they could try g3. Gosh, that feels very dangerous for them, though. They go with that. Yeah, so f3. All right, so now I can't do this immediately, but what I could do is bring a rook to d8, which would seize control of the square. Do I even want to play that, or do I want to go king h8 or g8? If I attack the queen, where's it going to go? I mean, bringing the rook in with tempo makes so much sense, but it could be a lazy move. Usually you want to make moves that keep the initiative here. I suppose they could go queen a4 and attack my pawn. I could literally push it if I want to. And I'm seeing some crazy ideas too. I actually just saw something kind of cool. Like, let's say I go rook d8 and they go queen a4. Then I wonder if I could, oops, take here. Because they can't take with a pawn, and if they do take with this, I have that move. Oh, the queen would take me, though. That doesn't work. But it does mean I could let them take this pawn if they want. Also, this would just win the queen, so they definitely can't take that pawn. All right, so I kind of like this. I'm just seeing some ideas, but it's not clear to me how I keep the initiative, but it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. At least I hope it's not. I mean, if they go to the E file, they give me another tempo. So I don't know that they should do that. And then, so I'm expecting maybe queen b3. That would attack the bishop. Yeah, my knight got traded off. I kind of wish I had my knight because I want to play knight g4 so that they would take. Well, maybe that doesn't work anyway. That's silly. I wanted to remove the pawn so I can get that. Okay, that's weird. So where are they going? They're going to g3, I think. They're trying to solidify here. So if rook e8, queen g3. I just saw kind of a me move. What if I go queen b6? If they really want to trade queens, I can then play bishop d4. Then there's this move. I just take it. That's game over. So I kind of like this check. This makes some sense to me. They could go here, but once again, maybe I block. That trades pieces for them, though. Well, what about queen b6 here, and I take this, attacking the rook? That might be a real move. Let's try it. It's a little tricky as well. And it's kind of prophylaxis against this queen g3 thing, which I thought they were going to do. But I also want to go, you know, this is how I'd like to counter that idea. Once they go queen g3, they could try bishop h6. But I have it covered for now. So I'm hoping for this move. I think that just loses to bishop d4. But really, that just means they can't play it. So if they can't do that... Wow, so wait, on this move, I could also take with jack here, bishop here. So I sacked a queen. Then they sack their queen back, though, and then I take. That's just a lot of trading. Okay, that's a very reasonable move, I feel. So now I can attack h2, potentially. Bishop a6. Looks like a one-move threat. Couldn't they just develop and defend it? Don't think that's anything really. This looks kind of lazy. I don't know. If I go here and they play queen g3 still, I start to like come in, right? I guess there's knight c3 though. Knight c3 and well, rook's doing nothing here, so. I am having trouble finding some good moves though. I feel like I might be missing something. I'm not sure. Because I'm seeing ideas, but I can't get them to actually work. So one thing I definitely want to try is maybe rook lifting. I'd like to rook lift, probably this rook, get to h6, and then play bishop, to e5 and attack that and provoke some more weaknesses over there. That would be a nice thing. The other thing is that once a rook's there, with this square defended, we might have some ideas to sack the rook. It seems a long way off, though. But I want to stop thinking so vaguely and start thinking more concretely. I've learned that my vague thinking is one of my weaknesses. It's nice to have ideas, but you shouldn't dwell on them unless they actually work. Like you should have an idea and say, hey, this works or doesn't work. And yeah, maybe you go for it as a plan, but I want to play more concretely. Okay, I expected this move. Now, bishop h6 is not a threat. I will play queen takes. I'd like to keep the initiative here. How do I do it? I do kind of think king h8 might be an idea. My bishop's on that diagonal and it opens up rook g8. It's not a move that keeps the initiative, though. And you could just play knight c3 or something. Okay, but I want to unpin. I'm going to play this just because I don't see anything better. I'm not even sure about queen b6. I may have started to go wrong there. We are down 2 pawns, but we still have very active pieces. I kind of doubt we have compensation for 2 pawns, actually, but it doesn't feel like that kind of compensation. I would expect more direct threats. But 2 bishops and an open game, 2 active rooks, and a queen. All active. It seems like it should be playable. Okay, so now they can try for knight d5. I could take and double their pawns. That seems like kind of a waste. Can I play bishop e5? I don't think so. What about rook g8, making their queen uncomfortable? Where will they go then? Actually, instead of rook g8, what about rook d6? Not sure if I want my... I kind of want the rook on h6, but since that's unavailable, this one might do. And then I could still go rook g8 and put real pressure there. Seems to make some sense to me. Ooh, there's also knight e4. Knight e4, rook g6. And I might be winning a pawn back there. So let's do this. I don't want to get very low in time in this position. I kind of do wish I had a knight, but I don't. So Still, 2 bishops are good. And they're still, I think they're afraid to move this bishop because I can always take here, and it actually is a problem. I would attack the knight, but it's not that much of a problem. I mean, there was a pawn, so what? Move the knight to a good square, like, good choices. Yeah, I wonder if this is a move, actually, because it does target this. So if knight b5 and rook g6, then there would be queen takes. This looks pretty annoying. So if knight b5, what can we do? Kind of like knight b5 for them. Looks, it's like they're getting counterplay on me. It's not what I want. What can I do there? Can I be more active? I guess on knight b5 I could play something like bishop e5. That would stop the diagonal. Then they have to move their queen. Then once the queen moves, I can then slide my rook over the way I want. So I think that's a good... There is knight b5, bishop e5, and bishop f4. That could happen. I want to attack this rook. Just don't know how I do that. I can't really do it. Okay, they went there. So do I want a pawn back? That's the question. It's reasonable to do so, I think. But the other thing I could do is throw this in. Does he have another idea with this move? Like, what is this? Is he going to go knight g5 or something? I don't think so. Something tells me this is the way to go. But this knight being in the center like this, you know, it is a moderate problem. I don't really want to trade off my 2 bishop advantage unless it's really good. In this case, it does win a pawn, but the more trading I do, the less compensation I have. I'm 2 pawns down. Maybe it is correct to trade down a little bit. This bishop isn't so useful, is it? It's kind of just hitting a brick wall. It doesn't seem like... Okay, and now if I take, he's actually hitting this. So that's pretty annoying. But he also wants to trade queens. They're just defending. I would love to trade queens and then put a rook on the back rank, but I don't see. I mean, I could play rook d8, and on queen takes. No, I can't. He just trades first. That's the problem. I don't want to take the knight now, that's for sure. What about bishop d4 now? Where does he go? I think this is the right move. Avoiding trades. Take the initiative. Looks a bit threatening. I mean, can apply more pressure here. This could be a good thing because there is no rook g1. So, like, that means that's going to get attacked. And if they have to push g3 or something, then we're definitely weakening stuff. My light square bishop becomes good again. Okay, so yeah, they're just being defensive. Now I could take this again, but nah, I don't think so. Like, I'm just thinking takes, and it's defended. And we open up their rook, so why are we doing that? So I can always play f5 to get the knight out, but it would have to be pretty concrete for me to play something like that. I think next they're going to try to just develop their bishop. This does threaten to take. Queen takes, rook takes, king takes. Queen g6 check. Ooh, it's close to mate, but it's not mate though. It's enough to make them nervous. Is that good enough to play it? I don't know, but I'm low in time, so I'm gonna play it. It does coordinate my pieces and it applies some pressure on the king side. It's doing lots of good things, so we're gonna hope that that's a decent move. Hope chess isn't good in general, but I'm low on time, so I'm gonna play a move that looks good. All right, now what about I'm starting to see some crazy ideas, right? Like, I want to attack h2 is what I want to do next. That would be cool. That can't be good, could it? What if I attack the rook now? How about queen a6? I kind of like my queen on this. Right, but I also like it here. They could play here, though. Let's go here. Attacks the rook. If I take, I have queen over. It's not enough, as far as I can tell, though. But if this queen moves away, that's different. I want that queen to move away. So if they push, I definitely take. And I definitely take with a bishop. Hey, they're lower on time than me. I just realized that. That's pretty cool. They don't like this pressure. They attacked my bishop. That's not very nice. Why would you do that? Man, they can't take it though because I have checkmate. So how mean do I want to be? Take, 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 take. Check there. They have to go king h1. Maybe not. They also have knight g3. I need like a threatening move. Man, I think I can Quetten? I think I can threaten queen h3. Because if queen h3 and takes, I believe I have check here. Takes. Oh, I moved my queen away. That was so stupid. Oh, man. I have this move, though. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Doesn't this win? I don't see why it doesn't win. So I kind of blundered, like, I definitely blundered at the end, and I'm just lucky that I had a move after that, because, like, I was trying to make a move. I mean, this is really silly of me, right? Like, I wanted them to take my bishop so I could play checkmate, and then I moved my queen. And that's why thinking long can be a bad idea, for me at least, because a lot of times, like, I see clearly what's going on. I want them to take the bishop, so I have checkmate. But then I start thinking and thinking and thinking, and I kind of forget about my whole idea, and then I just move my queen and my bishop's hanging, right? Like, so I feel like if I do take a long think, I've got to double check. If I'm going to play a move, I got to double check real quick what's going on, like. I don't know. I distracted myself. So I'm not too happy about that, but we'll do a quick game review, and then I might do a real analysis of this. But let's just see, how I did. Yeah, not great. Looks like black was totally winning. Okay, so let's just look at the key moments, because this one, castles, was a mistake. Now, why? Why is that a mistake? Castles was wrong. It's a miss. So let's retry it. If I had to guess, we go here. Yep, threatening. Checkmate. Now they can play f3 here. And then what do we do? Bishop d4 check. Okay, I saw that. Then here, I was thinking. And then we go rook g8, and we're threatening this. Ooh, and now I see the problem. Okay. So we take control of the diagonal, then we attack h2, and there's no good way to defend. I mean, I guess they have queen d2 check, though. What's wrong with this? And then we play king d7. Yeah, and so if you're wondering why I was considering, like, these funny king moves, it's because of this. It's because I know our initiative is sometimes so strong that We don't need a safe king. I mean, I'm not exactly scared of these guys. They're still like on the starting square. So after king d7, let's see. What could they do? Not a lot of good ideas. So I guess we're threatening to put a rook on e8. I think that's what we're threatening here. Let's say they go d3. Okay, just to open up the game a bit. Computer does want c takes d3, but it wants queen g6. Oh, well, I forgot about this. Small detail. So let's avoid that. Wow, it wants c takes d3, though, because if they take, we take them, and we still keep the initiative here. So let's say rook e1, and then we'll take this. Okay, and now we're the ones up material, so that would be pretty cool. So that's just winning, I would say. So, but also this is winning. Just being patient is also winning. Why would that be, though? Let's say they take this, just being greedy. Yep, rook to the e file. Now they have to defend that, right? They have to. So let's go. Oh man, there's nowhere good to go. I just realized this is why. There's nowhere good to go. That square's not available. This one also doesn't look so good, right? Isn't there like this? I'll try this one. Oh. Bishop takes f3. Yeah, this is the tactic I saw earlier. Because if they take with a pawn, yeah, this is, we just have so much control of this. Wow, we do have queen g1. Wow, we do. And if they take, we take with a rook. That's me. And if they take with the rook, then we have this. Wait, do we? Wait a minute. That is guarded. If they take with a rook, yeah, it is rook e1. It's deflection. Queen's defending this, so let's play here. I mean, you can't block with this rook. That's mate. And if you take with the queen, then we have this mate. So this is good stuff. This is why I love this opening. It's my kind of chess, as you can see. So I missed something there. And then towards the end, it looks like I was completely lost. Let's look at that real quick. Where I was completely winning here. Rook d1. And this is a miss. Oh, yeah. Well, I know why that's a miss. Let's retry it, though. What's the right move here? I didn't see what the right move was at all. Oh, I want to retry this move. Okay, so rook d1. And now it's time to win. I think we take on g2. I see a trick. Takes. Yep, it was right. Because takes, and queen to e2 is a fork. And that should be good enough, I would think. So what do they do? King g3, I take. Now my bishop's safe. Remember, it was attacked. So we're good. Okay, man. So this is the type of move I have to find. After rook d1, I had to see that we have this queen e2 check at the end. So this is the kind of stuff I look at. I did look at this. Yeah, I don't know. I saw it easily now, just not earlier. Yeah, so I missed that, that's disturbing to me. I was in time pressure, but 2 minutes is plenty of time for me to find that. I probably just got panicky, which is a problem I have. And then I hung my bishop. So instead of winning the game, I hung my bishop. So now we see why my rating's going down. I gotta stop this silliness that I'm doing lately. All right, takes, and then I played f5. Yeah, I didn't think f5 was the best move, and it's not. We still have rook takes g2. So what do we have this time? Takes, 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 takes. And now, what do I do? I don't know. Okay, computer doesn't know either. It says H6. H6, yeah. What a move. I mean, what is H6? I guess we're stopping knight G5. And it is defended. Okay. And apparently, yeah, this is winning for white. What the heck? This isn't right. So wait, that doesn't work at all. Oh. It's the best move, but it's good for white. I originally looked at that and I thought it was good for black, but no. Nope, we're just losing. We're just losing here. So it's a miracle I saved this game. I mean, F5 in that case is the best move because we're giving our opponent a chance to mess this up. Now, any good player would not mess it up. It says, computer says queen c3. They need to let us have the knight. I'd be really surprised to see queen c3, but because they undefend that, but they have better ideas, right? So it's a counterattack, and it's probably not so easy to meet. We don't have time to take the knight now because they'll just play here and win our queen. It could be worse than that too. Yeah, I think it might be. So I don't know what to do here. Yeah, that's pretty strong. I want to do this just to block the diagonal. And now it gives knight g3. Now they have time to save their knight. So I'm losing again. And the queen still protects the square. So yeah, the computer's pretty good. Okay. Of course we know this, right? Yeah, and I used to have a bishop here guarding the g1 square, which is really nice. Because that would mean that after takes, I would have queen h6. And that would pretty much be mate. Except for the fact I'm blundering my queen. So I would have to fix that problem first. And I'm not sure I can, but... yeah, I'm not sure I can anyway. So, that was this game. I'm going to do more detailed analysis probably next video, or maybe just on my own, but I'll see you next time. Bye.